Moonwalk. Ooh. Ow! Man, you moonwalk. You gonna moonwalk? Oh, look at this. I moonwalk down some steps. Okay, that's the best you could do with that.
That scene had nothing to do with the rest of the movie. That is crowbarred in.
Man, they put that crowbar to work. That crowbar should get a credit in this movie, because everything is crowbarred in here. I'll be live in Chicago Friday, June 19th, 10 p.m. show back at the Lincoln Lodge. And you can get your tickets by going to doubletoastedchicago.com or scanning that QR code right there. Scary movie is back. And the Wayans are taking it back. They say, you know what? We never should have been gone in the first place. Them old Weinsteins.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, they got into something with the Weinsteins, and they didn't want to make the deal that the Wayans wanted. If I got this correct, might have some little shady details here, but yeah, they tried to make a deal. Weinstein, according to Marlon Wayans, was not paying them fairly, so they left. They parted ways, and the franchise at that point was making enough money to where, since it was Miramax's property,
yeah, they kept it going.
They kept it going with less black people. Yeah, you was a trouble. So yeah, they continued it on, and so now the Wayans got it back. They said, we ain't gonna put a number on this, because you know what, it never should have been 3, 4, and 5 after that without us. So this is what they call a spiritual sequel, Mark.
Okay.
Yeah, you got to as they say in this movie, booty quills and all kind of stuff. Yeah, I got more terminology here, but they are back, and they said, boy, we raunchier than ever. They so raunchy with this new scary movie right here. And you know the first one was so popular with teenagers and young people, because, especially with kids, man, because it was so nasty and dirty. And, you know, this is what people were sneaking into movies for, trying to pirate it on the internet, because it was that movie that everybody said, hey, you know, my mama said I can't watch this. Hey, you know, when they had that slumber party, everybody would sneak that on. But this is so nasty, so raunchy, I can't even show you the full trailer, Martin.
Oh, dang.
Hey there, we heard tell of a Halloween party. We're here to drink, play bad music, do some half gay shit.
Why just half gay?
And I gotta stop it there, because it does get gay. All kind of penises pop up in here.
Wow. And trailer.
Nut sacks and all kind of stuff. Yeah, I can't even show the whole thing. Boy, them Wayans are raunchy. Martin.
That's their brand.
Yeah, it is their brand. And if everybody's seeing me this white shirt and saying, like Martin said, why you looking like a escaped mental patient, or why you looking like an escaped prisoner? We just did our Masters of the Universe review, and I had on a Prince Adam vest, and I had my helmet on right here. Yeah, go back and watch that review.
Oh, so you put that on, then you're Drew Barrymore from Scream. Okay. You like scary movies?
Yeah.
What's your favorite?
I ain't doing this all day. I'm already feeling weird. I can't, but this is true. I can't cosplay, but I'm not. I'm taking this off right now. Let's see here. So, yeah, they brought all the people back. Like the Wayans got the franchise back, so now you got everybody back. You got Shorty, Ray, Doofy, Brenda, and Cindy.
Yeah, I'm impressed how they got everybody back.
Yeah, I imagine they're pretty tight after, you know, the first 2 movies.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure they got money to pay people more now.
Oh,
So,
okay.
and also, people were waiting for the anticipated and very much long awaited return of the Wayans brothers on this. And that's the big selling point with this. And when it opens up with, no spoiler here, opens up with Teyana Taylor. Y'all know she just won a Golden Globe from one battle after another. And her opening sequence is a mild chuckle, man. You know, I think it kind of ends on a clever note, her part. And then we switch to a Wednesday reference with the character named Tuesday. The joke, character got black hair. That's the no punchline. That's it. Just had to make a reference to Wednesday because, hey, it was popular and it's horror adjacent. So hey, get it Tuesday, like Wednesday, yeah, y'all get it. But I ain't mad at him because this trailer told me what I was getting into. This trailer told me this trailer told me what it was. Mm-hmm. And there's even some things I'm enjoying, man. At the beginning, I thought the young cast that they had, because they have, and they make a joke about this. I thought this was kind of a clever thing because they're talking about how they're trying to start a reboot or get going again, all these franchises, and the whole thing is bringing in fresh, new, young people.
Bringing back all the old people for nostalgia.
Yeah, and bringing back the legacy people for nostalgia. Yeah.
And then all the new people for the new audience. The young people for a new audience.
That's classic. Scary movie right there to make fun of some of the things that these franchises are doing. I like the young cast. I especially like this girl, Olivia Rose Keegan, man. She does a great Anna Faris because she plays her daughter.
Yeah, I was like, wow, that's amazing casting. Because she looks like she really is her daughter. I had to look her up.
Yeah, it is amazing casting. She did a great job, man, mimicking Anna Faris. And that's done on purpose, man. And she did great. There's a hilarious background joke after the title comes up, where they go to and again, no spoiler here, because it's a visual joke, really. Final Destination Park Extreme, where everybody dies because all the rides crash. And I perked up and I saw this. And I was like, okay, here we go. Now that's what I'm talking about with this right here.
Oh no! Were you on one of those roller coasters?
No, but this movie was, because that shit crashed just like them damn rides in there, man. Listen, Martin, I already know, because I don't want you to think I'm trying to be different, come at you. I don't want you to.
You're always profiling me.
I'm profiling you right now, boy. I'm like a cop, getting your black ass out of a car. I'm profiling the hell out of you, man. I don't know what you think about it. We were talking earlier, and I just let you know that I hate this movie, man.
Yeah,
I just told you that, and I could see the look on your face where it seemed like maybe you enjoyed it probably better than I did, and I want you to know I get it. Because these things, I can tell you, and other people know, Martin already said, people on Reddit kind of already verbatim gave my review. Right down to just shit that's kind of weird and creepy. Like you said some things that, why would you say that? I think Reddit's kind of a horror movie now.
Well, I think whoever posted it, they felt the same way. And it was like, oh, I bet Corey's I can't wait to see what he's got to say. He's going to agree with me.
Well, you know what, sir? I don't know what you said. But apparently you got some clairvoyant way of knowing what I'm saying, and so I agree with you. Yeah, man, I did not like this at all. And I went into this wanting to give it a chance because the trailer was throwing me off with some things, and I tell you what those things are in a little while. But I did even say, all right, you know what? I got to chuckle out of one of the jokes that people were criticizing the trailer over. People like, damn, that's a old reference right there.
Shit. He stabbed her! Not her! My pronouns are they, them.
People went off on that. And I was like,
did they?
Yeah, they did. Yeah, and I was like, okay. But after seeing the movie, I feel just like those people, man. Look, this is all about the crassness. And all about just being vulgar and just being as juvenile as they can be with none of the cleverness. Like I can take all that if it's clever, but there is no cleverness here, man. And I was ready to blame it on myself because I said, definitely this kind of humor, not the first Scary Movie, but what they're doing here is not my kind of humor. First of all. I got a history with this kind of humor. And so I just put on me saying, you know what, it's just not my thing. Maybe I got bougie over time, I don't know. Or maybe I'm just too old for this shit. But after looking at the movie, I'm thinking, I'm too old for this. The Wayans come across as some old dudes yelling at them kids out there, Gen Z! The whole thing is just a lot of painfully outdated, at least for myself, man. It's a lot of outdated humor where these jokes are written about, taking jabs at Gen Z and Gen Z attitude and Gen Z terminology. and which is not as relevant now. And even when it was relevant back in the day, it wasn't all that funny, because they were obvious observations that everyone was already saying and making fun of. The identity politics, man. I can't make sense of all these pronouns now. I can't remember all these pronouns. Now and they just throw out words in this. Mansplaining, Karens, #MeToo, and it's like, man, y'all are kind of behind on this. This shit was fading out post or pre-COVID. They have a trans character in the movie, and while they're trying to respect that character, they do nothing with that character, man.
They don't.
They do nothing with that character. They just have that character so they can say trans, because trans is a thing now. If not old Gen Z jokes, it's current political events that they just feel like they just shoved in at the last minute. Like a week ago, they edited that shit in, shot it and put it in. They even have some old movie references. Are not old. Actually, quite the opposite. They have some references to movies that just came out, and they filmed that shit at the last minute. You can tell because, one, the movie just came out not too long ago, and two, it's either a very, very obvious joke that they're making, or there's just no punchline to be had at all.
You ain't got no moves. Watch this. Boom. Oh. I can moonwalk.
Ooh.
You moonwalk. You gonna moonwalk? Oh, look at this! I moonwalk down some steps. Okay, that's the best you could do with that.
That scene had nothing to do with the rest of the movie. That is crowbarred in.
Man, they put that crowbar to work. That crowbar should get a credit in this movie, because everything is crowbarred in here. There's so many scenes in here that have nothing to do with anything. This is just a series of skits, and not very funny skits. These are short TikTok videos. You know how TikTok videos just end? They don't have time to build a punchline. A TikTok video would get to something funny, just cut off.
Well, you see, you say they're making fun of Gen Z, but now they're catering to them, putting in these little short TikTok videos.
And Gen Z would say we could structure that way better than y'all did. This is some shit they said in the movie. This is some unk shit that y'all doing. This is unk trying to put up a TikTok video. Look, Michael Jackson, he moonwalked down some steps. Ain't that funny? And people like, no, Charlie, this ain't funny at all. Get the shit out of my face. And that's not even the worst. Right there, this right here. Because some of this stuff that I'm talking about, I'm complaining about, might have worked. Might have if the rest of the movie was actually funny and did some actual satire. But no, that's asking too much of Scary Movie. Something that they actually did in the first one. Mm-hmm. Oh man, this movie is projected to kill at the box office. Is that right? No pun intended. No pun, really none.
Everybody's been waiting for it.
Yeah, everybody's been waiting on this. They say this is gonna make money. The Wayans, I'm gonna make millions this weekend, man. Which is why they need Monarch, man, to manage all that money that they're gonna get.
Wow, twofer, huh?
Twofer, Martin. Yes, Martin, boy, I'm dropping a lot of knowledge here tonight on you. Yeah, man, I know I haven't always been good to Marlon Wayans in my discussions, but if I could ever talk to the guy and make amends, I would say with all those millions that you have, let me tell you about Monarch here, my friend. And the reason why is because Monarch, this is what I would tell him, Martin. I would say Monarch is the personal finance app that tracks everything: accounts, investments, savings goals, and spending. It helps you set your goals by mapping out big purchases, and you'll see if your finances are actually on track, especially when you're getting all that money from the box office this weekend, Martin. That's going to be us one day. The Double Toasted Brothers. And you'll get an AI assistant that flags spending spikes, net worth shifts, and upcoming expenses. And this is what everybody's going to love. You go out to eat with your friends. We got to split the bill. Everybody's all confused. Somebody, hey, everybody's trying to walk away, not with Monarch's bill split. You just scan the receipt, everyone claims what they got, and then settles up. No hassle, no separate app needed for that. And even getting started with this is smart money, because if you use the code TOASTED at monarch.com, you'll get your first year of Monarch Core half off at just $50. Again, use TOASTED at monarch.com to get your first year of Monarch Core half off at just $50. I want to thank Monarch for sponsoring this portion of the show. I want to thank all of you out there for your support. So the reason why, this is going to explain the reason why I have such passionate dislike for this. The irony here is that the Wayans brothers were not very fond of Freeberg and Seltzer, as I am not myself, at least of their work. That might be amazing, nice.
Were they the ones who took over the Scary Movie franchise?
No. So here's the deal. And they might be nice guys. Look, I might love these guys. I'm hanging out with them, but as far as, career-wise, professionally, I hate them. Not as humans.
Yeah.
Just as directors.
Yeah. Not personally.
No. But the Wayans they weren't too keen on Freeberg and Seltzer because they got a writing credit. And again, if I got some details wrong, please let me know. But they got a writing credit on Scary Movie. But the Wayans threw all their stuff out.
Sure.
Didn't use any of their stuff. And I was like, of course you didn't. Because then it would be Date Movie. Yeah. Then it would be Meet the Spartans.
Yeah.
And then it would be Epic Movie. It would be all that bullshit that they do. So watching this movie here, watching this shit right here.
I can moonwalk.
I'm like, did y'all rehire them? Because this is what they would do. You know, it's that kind of movie where let's not have a plot. Let's just do references. Let's just do callbacks to things that are popular now. You know, and I know no one's going to these movies for plot. I know that. But just have a simple premise, something to follow, something to just keep focused, because this don't have that. You know, it's all over the place, man. It's just like I said, just a bunch of skits that don't even flow into each other. There's no segues. Man, listen, I'm ranting. Please, man, I'm sorry.
You are ranting.
I'm sorry.
You are ranting.
I'm ranting.
Wait, go ahead, man.
Please go. Please go. I'm not finished yet. But please go. Man, let me stop, because I'm being rude here. Because I'm getting caught up in myself, man. I recognize that, y'all. And I'm sorry, and I apologize to you, Martin. I really do.
You don't have to apologize. It's fine. It's fine. I don't even know where to come in.
Speak your truth, Martin. You do.
Yeah, watch this. And this is, I guess, as opposed to the Masters of the Universe, I had low expectations.
Yeah.
Very low. Didn't even want to see it. And I watched it, and I didn't laugh once.
What?
But I got a number of chuckles.
Okay.
And I found myself mostly amused. No laugh out loud, but chuckles at things. And most of it was the stuff that there is a plot. And the stuff where it entertained me was where it focused on being a parody or making comments about the Scream series. It being a parody of that, you know, them bagging on all the things, you know, that's goofy about the Scream franchise. And I love seeing Anna Faris and Regina Hall back together, and all that, you know, the old people. You know, a lot of those, I guess, Gen X jokes or jokes about Gen Z, I still find them, you know, humorous enough. They went by quickly. But you know, and they threw in stuff like, you know, other horror movies. It was kind of annoying because they would mention a horror movie, go like, yeah, but nobody saw that. But then they would do a whole reference on something. I was like, well, nobody saw that movie either. I mean, you know, barely anybody saw it. But you know, I mean, it made sense to throw in stuff from Sinners and Get Out. But sometimes they would do something from a movie and you're like, why is this here? Matter of fact, they had a whole sequence for some other movie that wasn't a horror. Oh, it's a whole John Wick sequence. I was like, what the hell is this doing here? Yeah. So I'm in that position where, like I said, like I wasn't hating it. And it was so often, like I said, I get a chuckle, but I don't discount anything you're saying or how you feel about it.
I don't discount anything you're saying either, man. I don't. I mean,
I was prepared for worse. As a matter of fact, I still think that, I never watched a lot of Freeberg and Seltzers, but when we did Date Movie, I found that painful. And this I didn't think sunk quite to that level.
Yeah, no, this was hurting me.
But it is one of those movies like you do a parody movie like this that goes all over the place and has, political, current event references, political references. You're like, what's this movie gonna mean to anybody in 5 or 6 years?
This movie's not gonna age well.
No,
at all.
No.
And
that a joke about a Capitol rioter. I mean, I was like, all right, that's gonna be funny for like another 30 minutes, and then it's over.
Yeah. I laughed twice, probably, and I can tell you why I laughed. I got 2 good laughs. I'll tell you about that in a little bit. But I don't think there was I think they had, again, a premise and then left it to like do all these skits in the middle. And these skits are the worst kind because they just have no punchlines, man. There's a substance reference in here. The movie Demi Moore, The Substance. It pops up unconnected to anything in the film, and the punchline is an Epstein joke that it doesn't make sense.
That was horrible.
I don't know what's worse. Having a punchline that don't make sense or having no punchline at all. Because in this movie there's a long there's the substance right there, the stuff. Yeah, that had nothing to do with anything. Just because The Substance was a horror movie and it's popular. Mm-hmm. And it just came out not too long ago.
And they got Cherry O'Terry back, and then they ran out of stuff to do with her.
Yeah. Weapons. They did a weapons gag in here. Why? So some kid could yell 6'7".
Ooh, that was okay.
The sinners gag. That went on and on. First of all, these people asking to come in, these characters that we've been hanging out with the whole movie, why are they acting like strangers all of a sudden? And that gag went nowhere. It's like when the white vampires tried to get into the juke joint in Sinners.
It's funny, I was liking it, even though it didn't make sense, because these are main characters, but I was like, all right, I'm kind of liking this, what they're doing off Sinners, but then it did kind of go nowhere.
It went nowhere. It ended with nothing, man. And they did a Get Out callback with the T.
Sink into the chair.
And when he sinks into the chair, what do? They do a little bit of the sunken place, but the sunken place leads to K-pop Demon Hunter.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Which made, again, no sense.
No sense.
It was just because K-pop Demon Hunter made money. And it's got demons, so I guess that's kind of hard. By the way, they made Marlon Wayans look way sexier as an anime character.
Cartoon, yeah.
Which he's a good-looking guy, don't get me wrong, but I'm like, that don't look nothing like him.
Well, same way they did with Adam Sandler.
Yeah, that's true.
Nights.
That's true. And Marlon Wayans is a very handsome guy. Don't get me wrong, I ain't even call him ugly. But and even when they did that went nowhere.
It went nowhere. It's like,
there was no punchline.
There's no actual joke here.
None.
It's just like, hey, remember the K-pop Demon Hunters, huh?
Yeah.
You guys still into that?
They bring back old jokes from the first film. The whole thing where they smoked out Ghostface and he had the smile on his face. They'd even do the what's up and they have running gags that have returned and now they just ran into the ground.
Fuck.
Man, that's so.
Yo, wow, you're so right about all this.
Man, I'm telling you. So.
Oh wow.
So Ray, y'all know Ray, who's y'all know Ray, who's he's the closeted gay guy from the first movie.
Half gay shit.
Why just half gay?
So he is now, Ray being closeted gay here. I'm like, huh? Because before that it was funny.
Yeah.
Because it was a satire of the all those characters with the high masculinity that they had and from those movies,
Right.
like, you know, Scream and I Know What You Did Last Summer, and all that kind of stuff. You know, it was a satire on those type of characters, and also, you know, that was featured in those slasher movies. Also, it was also sort of a clever jab if you knew Scream, because it was revealed that it doesn't matter. I'm gonna just give you the spoiler here. The movie's old. It's revealed that Ray's one of the killers with another guy, and it kind of hints at the whole slight gay nature of Stu and Billy's relationship in the original Scream. Now, he's just a closeted gay dude going around making weird gay jokes.
Yeah, barely. I mean, I guess he's closeted because he reenacts a whole internet meme out of Sinners, and it goes on forever. It's early in the movie.
So we can just combine Sinners with an old viral video that I was delivered, you know, so we can do that. And God forbid we make more Brokeback Mountain references.
And the thing about doing that with that viral video, it's like, that shit is old.
Old, yes. That's why I'm saying this feel like some unk shit.
Yeah, that's like a thing you get up there and do, and even people who've seen that video, it takes them a while to go, oh wait, that's what this is?
Yeah. And also, again, that went nowhere. How does the joke end? Everybody in church twerking. That's where they ended.
Yeah, bro.
Brother, if you liked it though.
Well, listen, now you. Well, I want to change my answer.
Shorty and Ray got nothing to do with it. Shorty's an influencer now and a crypto guy. Ray is just doing his shtick. I mean, they offer nothing to the movie. Like I said, I like the young cast here, but and if there's anybody that I think from the legacy cast, the original, you're right. Anna Faris and Regina Hall are good, man, and I like seeing them here. I'm gonna tell you something. I had some real laughs too. I can tell you what they were, because I was laughing from the silly things that had nothing to do with all this pop culture references they were doing. I laughed at there was a poster in a hospital that they did a funny sight gag with. I was laughing at little silly things.
That was pretty good.
And then I laughed at an extra being shot. There was some dialogue with that I thought was funny, man. And the ending, I thought was kind of clever, even though that went on a little bit too long.
It went on too long, but all things considered, I was like, okay, this is kind of... Matter of fact, when I talk about it making fun of the Scream franchise,
yeah,
I was like, yeah, because the endings of those last, 2 or even 3 Screams, last 2 for sure, I was like, come on, y'all, this is getting... No, the last 3, I was like, this is getting convoluted and ridiculous. So they really take that and push it.
Yeah, and I like that. That was, again, when it's doing... Because here's the deal. Scary Movie worked because while it did its pop culture references, I mean, at the time, it was like referencing Blair Witch and all that kind of stuff, but it did it in small chunks and only when it seemed like it fit. Like, oh, you know what, we could actually make this, a reference to that movie because that would work here. But it mostly focused on satirizing Scream.
Yeah.
And when it did that, because first of all, it satirized Scream and it satirized the trend that it started. So all these other movies they were referencing did not feel like they were out of nowhere because all these movies were influenced by Scream.
Yeah.
And it went right down to satirizing the formula, which kept us focused on something of a plot. Even though, it wasn't deep, it was all about the jokes. But this movie here, man, this movie is just looking for things to satirize, man, anything. Is it popular? Did it make money? Is it new? It's just looking to satirize things that are popular now and wildly throwing those jokes out like a monkey throwing shit. It's just, this one, as we said, this will not age well.
No.
Give this a year. This will not age. Give this next month. And listen, like I said, man, nothing against the people that are going to like this, because I know that there's an audience for this. It is going to make tons of money this weekend. This is critic proof. Nobody gives a shit what I say. But since I'm here and since I'm talking, so I got a platform to talk on.
Corey, I care.
Okay, thank you. Well, one person cares. He don't. But one person cares over here.
I do, actually.
And man, overall, I was watching this. Y'all know I don't like those Freeberg and Seltzer movies. Y'all know I'm legendary for for hating these guys' movies. And that's what the Wayans are doing here. They're doing the kind of scattershot, let's just point a finger and throw a dart and hit whatever's popular out there. They're doing that kind of humor. And I hate that kind of humor. That's what they're doing here. I just wanted to go home. And that's what somebody said in Reddit. I was like, what?
No.
Now that's scary, okay? Now and we make a horror movie about that. The reference type of humor is not my type of thing, man. This is a low some old bullshit. I really hated this movie. It's one of the worst movies this year, hands down. I couldn't stand it, but you know.
Well, you make a lot of good points. You kind of put a magnifying glass on some things that I just kind of blew off because the movie just keeps moving. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff that's very Wayans about it that did work for me, and most of it was just black humor. And I don't mean dark. I mean like black people. It's like you don't usually get those, but it's nowhere near something like say The Blackening that actually had a driving plot and was actually very clever and funny. It's got its moments where it felt like maybe, but you realize like nah, y'all didn't have a chance at that. But like I said, I was mostly amused, and to me, it's on that same level as Masters of the Universe. It's just that I just really thought I was going to hate and have no enjoyment with this at all. And I was like, oh, surprisingly, there's things that I find humorous. It's spotty. And when it goes bad, it goes real, real bad. Yeah, that whole Michael Jackson Jermaine thing. It's like, guys, what even is that? I don't know what that has to do with anything going on. I mean, I guess that's how it is. But you know what? They keep pulling back, things that should have been in the grave. They keep digging up graves of older movies, and with the comedies, reboots, they really just never work.
Well, think of and somebody saying this in the chat, and I should have said this. Think about, this is. I'm not asking this movie to even be on that level, but think about the new Naked Gun.
Yeah.
That's how you satire things. That thing told a story. Yeah. It had jokes that flowed into one another.
Yeah, that's true. All right. That one did it. I don't have the vitriol or the hate for it, but it's a low rental. I was like, they come streaming. Watch it from home.
Yeah, there you go. Well, would you look at that? You made it to the end of the video. That means you really like us. So just go ahead and press that like button and subscribe while you're at it. And check out our other channels, our social media like Instagram, TikTok, and our Patreon where we have new stuff coming up all the time. And we'll see you on the next video.